let's talk today about unhappiness. Because unhappiness is something that we are all going to face at some point in our life. I would say it's probably an inevitability, if we think about it, right? Whether we're the richest and most successful person in the world, whether we're the person who follows all of our dreams, or whether we're the person who follows none of them. There's going to be days where things don't feel right, times where things don't add up, and we're going to inevitably run into bad times. But here's the thing about this. For most people, life is quite basic, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem that I have is when people have problems, and especially young people, right? Because whether it's a lack of experience or the difficulty facing up to the challenge, people can get into a position where life will never change. You see, I've made a video on this just today, the difficulty and how difficult times can be the best motivator. But here's the thing, right? Not always. If you are in a tough time and you are not actively working to change it, don't expect anything in life to change for you. I think we have two different reactions to difficult times in our head. I think sometimes, or some of us, do like to take action. Some of us will face our challenges running at them straight forwards, right? If it's like, oh, I feel bad about this, well, I deep down know that this, and this is what I need to do to fix that. Then if I do this afterwards, then I might feel better about that, and then that'll solve this. Now I feel completely complete. And other people have the other tendency. It's like, either, well, what's the point, or it won't work, or even if there is a point, it's a lot to take on, and it's going to make me feel difficult in in the short term. And obviously, I've been on both sides of the equation, right? And I have to say, the times where I have actually taken action, not only have they resulted in results, but also I've never been more proud of myself. You see, when you become an adult especially, but even as a kid really, when you have deep-rooted issues in a way, when you have problems in your vision of what life should be, or the way you're living, it's for you to solve. It's a beautiful thing that you can do it. It's the greatest challenge, and it's also the greatest benefit. Because I suppose one argument might be, well, I've got this challenge and it's something that's almost impossible to fix. Well, I think that the beauty of that is that we have the potential to actually fix it. If we can solve something, or if we can change our position on something, we will feel immensely proud of it. But also, never mind that, on top of that point is the fact that life doesn't really change unless we do. Because I use the analogy a lot of like being a seed, right? Imagine if you're a seed on one of the trees behind me. The seeds on the trees behind me, it depends on the day that they fall. Some days they might fall straight down, or they might get blown into some of the degraded leaves on the floor, and they might become a beautiful new tree. Some of the other leaves might get blown, or the seeds might get blown down there to a bit of concrete, and they might rot away and degrade into nothing. If you let life blow you about like that, that's the reality of it. Now, I know it's impossible, but imagine if these seeds could do everything in their power to become as heavy as they can, and angled in just a way so that when a gust of wind comes, they will fall into the perfect part of land, right? It's not a luxury that the seeds have to grow into a perfect tree, but it is a luxury you have. Because it's a funny thing, you know. The harder you work, the luckier you get, right? Whether it's getting promotions at work, whether it's building a business, putting on muscle in the gym, losing weight in the gym, whatever. The harder you work, the luckier you seem to get. You know, it's almost like there's some sort of a correlation there. But I know other people, and I've seen this, right, in people that I know. People who are much, much older than me, probably double, even more of what my age is. And you know what happens? Every challenge that they face is a opportunity to either fix up or bury their head in the sand, and they choose option 2. What happens when you do this over the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years? I'll tell you what happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. And if you have decided that the challenges that you faced at age 16 of choosing whether to go to college or not, if that was too much and you decided to play Xbox and you've never done anything else of getting a job or building a business, if that's where you've decided to give up, that's where you're going to be. If you give up at 18, 20, 21, you're going to remain there. I think most people do eventually give up at some point, or at least settle at some point, maybe around the 40s, and that's where they stay. And that's okay, but at least they've got something behind them, you know, in a way. But whatever it is, the thing is, And the unfortunate thing is the thing that we all have to realise, and it's something that I obviously know, so I'm talking about it here, but it's something that I had to realise too. You really can be in a position where nothing is ever the way you want it to be. And nothing ever changes, and everything's always tough, and everything's always difficult, and you never get any of your dreams achieved. No one's coming to help you with them, realistically, and nor should they, right? Life is a game to be played, and life has always been tough. I know I've made videos in the past, and I still do, about, well, why jobs don't pay or why whatever, and I also always try and say in those videos and encountering videos that life has never been easier. There was once upon a time where we would have been living in places like this. It's already quite cold now. You'd have been living out here, you'd have had to make a fire, hunt for some food. Crazy times, right? Comparatively, life's never been easier. So there's never been more of a time for you to make something of yourself. We've got people now, I am a testament to it, because I don't do millions, but I do make money online. People make millions online. People make money online. It's never been easier. You can make money from bed, from home, whatever. So in this world, in this market, just acknowledge the fact that life's never been this easy. Because most people are quite socially inept these days, because most people are quite lazy, it's never been easy to look good, come across confident, all this sort of stuff. You just need to work on it. Because a lot of people, I think, want the goals, right? I know a lot of people say that they want to have good social skills, they want to be able to do this or that, but they don't want to do it. And I'll tell you why they don't want to do it, because this might come harshly. Everyone wants these skills, but they don't understand it comes with an earned level of work. We all understand that money comes from working, whether it be through business or jobs. We all understand that to go to the gym, to get muscle, you need to go to the gym and work out. But when it comes to getting mental fortitude, mental clarity, social skills, people don't make this same correlation. People don't think, well, it's the tough times that build me up, and trust me, it is. So here's the thing. You won't be able to get on with your goals unless you choose to. Tough times won't end unless you choose for them to end, and that does mean fighting in the face of a challenge, right? You might be completely up against it, but it's very doable. It might be a real tough time for a month, for a year, 2 years, and then you will have a new vision, and you'll be proud of yourself for it. So thank you for watching. See you soon.